It is. I thought that was a very physical football game. I thought the game was truly won in the trenches. South Carolina was a very physical, tough football team. Had a lot of big hits, but I think the key in that game was our defense played outstanding. I think our front did a heck of a job, held them to 45 yards rushing, which limited them to being one-dimensional. And I thought, that allowed our players to tee off and play and do the things and win those first down battles, getting them to second long, third and long, allowed us to execute. But I thought our defense was outstanding in the night. Offense, we had 541 yards, ran for 319, threw for 220, but still didn't play close to what we could play and how we could play. And I was very disappointed coming out the second half with had timeouts for misalignments, a couple things there. Guys didn't focus on some things, had a penalty right off the bat when we went out and got a drive right before half to make it 13-3 and a 2-score lead, and then we got to come out and make it a 3, and very disappointed in that for 3 or 4 drives in the third quarter. Didn't play when our defense held them to 22 yards total offense. And then the fourth quarter we got going. But again, another sign of our offense growing, putting things behind them. We lined up, ran that football, had 2 backs over 125 yards in the game when we had to run it. Big runs, big plays. Kellen did a good job managing the game, getting us in the right checks, doing the right things again, being selfless. And he took too many shots in the game. We got to clean some pass blocking up to allow some of that to get better. But I thought our special teams, for the most part, shanked 1 punt. Other than that, we had the last kickoff return, which was disappointing that they broke out of there. But for the most part, then we missed a field goal, which was very critical in the game. So there's still a lot of things here that we can play a lot better, and we're going to need to with the next 2 games coming up. And we got to go on the road and play a great Georgia team, and we got to go play LSU. So we got a lot of work to do, but our team is getting better. It's staying more physical. We're getting better at the lines of scrimmage. We just got to clean up some technical things, and we'll see where we go from there.
Right side, Gabe, and then to the left, Olin.
Every single game against a Power 5 team, your run performance has been able to build upon what it did in the previous game. What do you think this run game is capable of here down the stretch?
Well, we'll find out. We're going to have some great opponents to go it against, and some guys are playing the run very well. And we're going to have that, though. You can't have your quarterback make every play, and you got to be able to respect the run so you can get the plays and the passes and take some pressure off of them, which we're able to do tonight at times. But hopefully we'll keep growing in that area.
Left side, Olin, then the right, Christie.
Yeah, Coach. The way you run the football, was that kind of the game plan coming in? We'll try to establish that run and maybe take advantage of something that they weren't doing? Or was it about y'all having some trouble early protecting things like that?
Well, we had some protection, but we had some run-pass options, RPOs, a lot of things. We hit some nice plays to the tight end, and then they had to start respecting those things, the balls we were getting to the flat, to the tight ends, and to the backs and some of that stuff. So it opened things up inside, and we were able to keep a good mix. And Kellen was checking us and getting us in the right things. I mean, he does a great job of understanding the big game plan. He's growing mentally as a football player really well. But, you have to be physical. We wanted to be physical because if you allowed their front to be one-dimensional, they're too good. They were going to hit you, and you saw it tonight. They brought some pass rush at times.
Right side, Christie, then to the left, Zach.
How valuable is it for you to have 2 running backs that can do what they were able to do tonight?
Big time. Listen, because how they overload a side, you got to be able to check and get back out of it. And like I said, the old school, people say you get 2 backs in the backfield. That's the thing that people don't get to practice. In the old days, you used to be in the spread offense. Say, boy, how do you simulate that when teams start bringing it out? It's different. How do teams simulate 2-back that don't do it? All the spread teams, they got to practice. That's a whole different animal now, taking those blocks and angles and things on there, and that's allowed us to be a better football team.
Left side, front, Zach.
Jimbo, your defense was only able to get 1 sack tonight, but I don't think that would be necessarily reflective of how well you guys were able to get to the quarterback. So just your overall thoughts on your defensive line being able to get to
I thought they were outstanding in the run, goes for 45 yards, and they affected the quarterback. They made throws come out early. They made balls come out early and got hits, legal hits after the play. And that's what I thought. Played very intelligently. Didn't take cheap shots, didn't have bad penalties, played with great, like I say, toughness is intelligence is the key. If you don't have intelligence with being tough, it doesn't work for you. And our guys are learning to do that and play more disciplined football.
Front right, Travis.
We're able to get points on all your red zone appearances, but
no touchdowns.
Three no touchdowns. What was going wrong there?
Man, we just had some execution issue. We missed a throw. What happened the first time down there? I'm trying to think. I remember the second time we overthrew Nias on a route to the sideline. We misread and thought he was going up, and he broke it off, and he was right. And we missed that one. We had a push-off, didn't we? Wasn't it a push-off? And we had the ball on the 1.
We'll move
everybody's
on
out there chicken fighting. Everybody's having a war, and all of a sudden they're going to call all that. Them guys are mugging you and holding you the way they let you hold in college football, which is ridiculous. And then, never mind, it is what it is.
There we go.
But and then on that one, and then it's all right. It's fun. Who cares?
That's right.
So I said it good. I did. I let it go. And the other. But we got to get better down. And what's funny, we've been 11 for 11 the last 2 games. But then we got them at the end. We got them down there and got to one end and pounded in. But we'll get better at it and work at it. And they were a good team. They were man long. I told you, they were defense. They were long in the secondary, had a good front, and they're tough down there.
Second row, Christie, and then to the left, Mark.
How important was it for your team to take care of business in the stretch at home, considering what you have looming?
Big. And it shows you the maturity we had. And like I say, these games, you have a chance to do it and do it in your home field, and it's big to play. And I don't want to do it here for 12th man too. These people, there's not an atmosphere and environment like this in college football, and what a fan base.
6th largest crowd in history tonight. Coach,
wow.
To the left, Mark.
Coach, I was wondering, you talk a little bit about the emergence of Cordarian. He's gone from basically getting no time a month ago to 130 tonight.
Well, he decided he wanted to do things right. When they decide they want to do things right, we play them. Till then, we don't. And I don't mean that in a bad way. He's a good player. I love him. But, there's so many little things before you put a guy in the game, because that guy, controls a lot. And he is a very talented guy. He's big. He's 240 pounds. He's physical. I mean, those guys, they're hard to tackle. He's learned to be a great blocker and do some things, and he's a big weapon for us, there's no doubt. And I'm very happy he's playing like he's playing.
Right side, Gabe.
Another guy that's been in and out of it, up and down throughout most of his career, but Oliver keeps getting opportunities. Now, you'd probably rather him pick a couple of those balls off, but I don't know if I've ever seen 6 PBUs in one game.
I'm going to say, something, you say that. As I was at the end of the game, I said, dadgum, he's in a lot of plays tonight. I mean, batting balls. Like you say, we'll put some glue on. You need to be when Lester was here. He needs to get back with Lester Hayes days. Put what Lester had on there. He might have got some 14 picks like Lester did with the Raiders. But that'd have been good.
Left side, Alex.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, just kind of going off that. Where do you like where the momentum is with the team headed into these last couple games, and what you guys?
Here's what I like the most. We're practicing better on the practice field. We ain't having the mistakes. When practices are getting over because we're not having repeats. They're coming ready to practice, being physical in practice, being more consistent, and it's showing up on the field. Now, we had a few more extra penalties tonight, which was very disappointing to me. I thought we had too many, but we hadn't had them in practice. Our linemen's taking care of the football. We only had the one turnover at the end, which is unfortunate, but we're learning to take care. This in our practice and preparation is getting so much better, and I think they're starting to see cause and effect. Young people don't always understand cause and effect. Because I do this is what happens. They want to blame everything in the world over, listen, you control what happens to you. How you prepare, how you play, and what you do get you the results by the choices you make. And I think they're starting to buy into that and understand it truly.
Time for a couple more to the back,
Yes.
left.
Could you just talk about Isaiah Spiller's performance tonight and just what he contributes to the team?
A young guy who's, again, another 100-yard performance for a true freshman. And I still think there's a lot of things he can get better on. He's still got to get better blocking in some things. And like I say, keep being physical inside. But he's a natural runner. He's big. He's very deceiving. And what do you have, 124 carries tonight, too. That's getting a load and carrying it for 129 yards. And his long run of 20. See, that tells me something. Tells me he's getting tougher, learning to take that pounding, that's what you do against good defense. And when you go play these good teams like we're fixing to go play on the road right now, all these 80, 90-yard runs, that's all great. That ain't happening against them good people. You got to pound, and those guns will come in time if you can wear and tear on them. And he's learning that, and that's what kind of back he can be.
Front right, Travis, you wrap us up.
On Richardson's the 17-yard touchdown catch, he's wide open over there. Do you hold your breath a little bit on that kind of play because it just seems so easy?
I'm excited. I don't ever get him that open. That was something we had on a bingo play. We hadn't showed it was a completely different formation. We had a lot of runs out of that, and really nice play and execution by all of them.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank y'all.